Hello everyone, myself Nishat Patil, and today I am going to present you AWS EC2 Auto Scaling Service. For that, these are the steps. First, we have to create an EC2 instance. Then, we have to create an AMI for that instance. After that, we have to create a launch configuration for the server. And using that launch configuration, we have to create an auto scaling group. So these are the steps we are going to follow in our session. Uh, so let's start with the first step. First, we have to create an EC2 instance. This is my AWS management console. Now, in order to create an EC2 instance, we have to click on here, or you can also go from services. Then you will see an EC2 dashboard where you have to click on launch instances. Then in the first step for launching an EC2 instance, we have to choose an AMI. So I'm going to go with a free tier only, and you can search your AMI here. I'm going to select Ubuntu. Then we have to choose an instance type. I will choose T2 micro because it is free tier eligible, and for this demo it will be sufficient. Next, there is a configuration instance detail. You can configure it if you want to, but it doesn't really need it for this session. After that, add storage, we will have it by default. There is no need to add any tags. Then next, configure security groups. You can create new security groups. You can use an existing security group. It's on you. Then we have to go to review and launch. Here you can review whatever configuration you have done. Then click on launch. And I'm going to use my previous key pair version here to launch this instance. As you can see, our instance is now launching. We can view it. See here, this is our instance. We are launching. After some time, it will be running like this instance, but for now it is pending and initializing. If we can give name to it. I will give demo server. Okay. We can see that it is running and initializing. Okay, just wait for some time and it will be like this instance is EC2 MySQL. Okay. As you can see, our instance name demo server is up and running. Now we have completed our step number 1. We have to go to the step 2, where we have to create an AMI for that server. AMI is Amazon Machine Image. So in order to create that AMI, we have to first click on demo server, then go to the actions, then create images, and here we have to specify an image name. So I'm going to name it live server and click on a create image, and our request to create an image is being received. We now can see our AMIs. If you want to see it, you have to click on here and as you can see, its status is pending. It take little bit time to to become available. We just have to wait for a minute, I think. You can see here that our live server named AMI is available now. So we have successfully completed step 2. Now we have to create a launch configuration for that server. And in order to do that, we have to find launch configuration here. Mm, here it is. Then we have to click on it. Then we have to create a launch configuration. As you can see, it gives us the same window or same wizard that we get when we are creating an EC2 instance, but here we have to select my AMI, and there you can see this live server AMI that we just created. Then select it. You have to do configuration here, so we will first go with instance type, and here we are choosing T2 micro instance, same as before. Then we have to name our configuration, so I name it live server. Then as storage, we don't do anything here. Then configuration security groups, also we also don't do anything here. Then review, you can see your configuration here, and now we click on create launch configuration. Here they ask for keys, and you can see it is successfully created. Now our launch configuration is successfully created, and we can go to the next step of our session, that is create an auto scaling group using launch configuration. Okay, as for our fourth step, we have to create an auto scaling group using this launch configuration we have done. Now click on it, and it will ask for a group name, so we will use name live server underscore group, and then group size. So I am going to take 2 instances instead of 1, and the VPC I'm going to go with the default here. And for the subnet, you can select if you want. If you don't select if you don't want. It's on you. Then go to the next configuration, where it will ask create auto scaling group. Okay, so there are 2 choices. Keep this group at its initial size and use scaling policies to adjust the capacity of this group. Here you can give target values and instance need. In instance need, you can specify that after waiting for how many seconds you have to uh, create another instance, like that. You can do it, but we can keep this group at its initial size. Then configuration, we don't pay for notification. and it will go with the tags. No need here also, and review. You can review your configurations here and click on create auto scaling group. As you can see, it is successfully created, and close the window. Now you can see there, uh, this is our live server group with, which is we just created. Now you can see that this live server group that we created shows two instances. Before, when we created it, it showed 0 instances, and after some time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, it created new 2 instances to fulfill its minimum requirement. Okay, so now we need to go back to the EC2 dashboard. There we can see these newly created instances. As you can see, it shows 4 instances. Before we have 2 of them, now it shows 4. That means 2 are added because of this. In here, you can see this EC2 MySQL. I created it before this session. It is not for this session. Then this demo server. This is the server we created for this session, and you can see that there are 2 more instances. Let's give it a name, I1, and the second one, that is I2. You can see here that this I1 and I2, these two instances are created by auto scaling groups. Okay, now we can do an experiment where we can see how auto scaling works. So first, see that I am going to terminate one of the instances that created by auto scaling group. So I select I1, then go to the actions, instance state, and terminate. It will ask for termination, and you can see it's shutting down. Okay, I will skip for a moment and show you after it gets shut down, because it takes some time to do that. Now you can see the instance name I1 that is created by auto scaling group is being terminated successfully, and there are only 3 running instances. Okay, so at times like this, what an auto scaling group does, that if a instance get terminated, it has a minimum requirement of 2, so it has to create a new instance again in order to fulfill that requirement. So we have to wait for 1 or 2 minutes, and then after that we can see a new instance here. It's showing 3, means that new instance is not created yet. We just have to wait for some time. Okay, yeah, you can see here. Okay, There is a new instance that is initializing. We don't create this instance, as you can see, but it is initializing means that the auto scaling group have noticed that one of the instances uh, I1 that we deleted that it notices that the instance I1 is not there, and now it only has one instances, and its minimum requirement is for two instances. So it immediately creates another instance, and now you can see there are two instances. uh, First is this newly created one, and I2 that we have before, and now we will name this new instance I1 because we previously deleted it. Okay, so this is for today. Now you see how instance work, how to create an EC2 instance, how to create an AMI, how to create launch configuration and auto scaling group, and you can see live demo of how auto scaling works by this experiment we have performed. See you in next session.